Yo, yo, what's going on, everyone? As usual, this ain't financial advice. If you need financial advice, seek a financial advisor where you reside and do your due diligence on the guy. Do your research, make sure he knows what he's talking about. But, anyways, let's get into this. Crazy day, been watching. Literally just took my first trade. I've tried a few trades, couple trades. I didn't come to the pullback. I had a limit order and another trade. It jumped through my stop limit order, unfortunately. Would have been a winner, but all good. On 15 points. Dang. Yo, yo. What's up, Redo? Redo on. Let's go. Let's go. How's it going, Void? Nah, I don't use iced tea. No ICT. What's up, Zishan? How's it going? How's it going? Let's get a tap of this SNDR and below. Come on. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, he did roast you pretty good. It was pretty funny. Yeah, you gotta put the work in, man. Yeah, HGTA, I definitely would recommend it. I've been very, very open with learning new strategies. I've learned literally dozens of strategies over the years. The past 3 years I've been trading, and I haven't seen anything that can honestly come close to DTFX with the potentials and everything. Honestly, what his top students are do, like what they can do is like what no one else can do, really. Oh, bro, so many people struggle with confirmation and entries. Why do you think I freaking created my own with Renko's? Right? Like he didn't teach. They don't really teach the exact entry. The only thing I've ever got from a profitable trader trading DTFX was like just trading a, you know, bullish 5 second candle. So if you get your, the shift, like right here when we tap this SNDR below, you either long just the rejection candle or wait for a shift of a high and then take the pullback, or I mean take the breakout, or wait for it to do that, the pullback, wait for it to tap SNDR here or 50% and then get in off the next bullish candle, 5-second candle that comes out of it. That's like the simple way, but I don't like entering off candlesticks, so I don't do that. Yeah, engulfing candles, those reversal candlestick patterns, tweezer bottoms, bullish candlesticks, pin bars, bars like this right here are really good. Is signal bars is definitely a whole thing that can really be beneficial to us. Just take a good signal bar. Like I can here, let me bring up my signal bar diagram. So there's like single bars and then there's like uh candlestick patterns. So with single signal bars, you kind of have, you know, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 and tier 4 candles. So these are the most bullish, these are the most bearish, and then you can see kind of slowly goes down. So ideally what we would want to be trading is a tier 1 or 2 bullish bar after a rejection of our level. So you see one of these, enter off one of those tier 1 or tier 2s. And of course, you can use the candlestick patterns too, like a bullish engulfing, tweezer bottoms, morning stars, really good. Like right here is a morning star. Yeah, you can, Zishan. From my knowledge, there's only that one big. I can't remember what it's called. I can't remember, but Dave talked about it where they were banning people doing like couple point scalps. But I mean, you can do seconds entries, but just make sure you hold for a bit longer. Like just don't take 1 to 2 point take profits. If you hold it for 5-10 points, you can still trade seconds with those brokers, I'm sure. Yeah, I should. I don't know if you're in my Discord, but I'll post it in my Discord. And there's a few candlestick patterns that I really like also. I have a whole PDF on it. It's actually the earlier strategy that I created has them the 50 bounce. So if you go through that video that I have actually, I talk about signal bars there and reversal candlestick entries, candlestick patterns. I mean, there's a few that I found that I really like. Morning star, bullish engulfing, pin bars. Those are like the best. This is actually, I was thinking of taking a trade here, but yeah, maybe I'll post that right now so you have it. I don't know. Entering off candlesticks, yeah, I've I've done it enough. I know, it's good. You can find some good things there for sure, but you know, it was really frustrating to me when, I'd be like a tier 2 or tier 1 candle would be forming. I'd be like, all right, I'm going to enter. And then a tier 3 candle forms. I don't enter. And then it just sends it off a tier 3 candle. And I'm just like, bro, I just need to get in. Just a standardized mathematical approach is what I've taken rather than that discretional approach. And that's what Renkos are. It's a mathematical approach. Oh, it's way, 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 way easier. I mean, yeah, there's really no comparison. Like, especially if you look at a higher bar size, let alone this one. This one is not even the easy, like, There's a very simple mechanical strategy I'll share with you guys real quick that I'm developing. This is 100% mechanical, literally the simplest, so simple. I want you guys, if you guys look at this, you can back test it and see what it is, but I still need to figure out the exact bar sizes. Why is it on the Renko chart? Some have wicks and some don't. Well, it's just understanding how the bars form, right? So maybe we'll go before I show the strategy, how to use DTFX extremely mechanical. If you see this bar, the Renko bar is forming in real time. See, if it goes up, okay, maybe that one's a little too slow. I need like a medium speed one. That one's too fast, I mean. All right, this one might be a bit easier. See, it's like look, see how it's pushing down below that previous open? It's creating a wick. But if it doesn't hit the threshold, then it won't create a bar. If this goes up here and goes to this threshold and closes, then look, it'll leave behind this wick, right? But if it doesn't wick below the open at all right here, if price doesn't come down and go below, oh, look, see, we got a wick then, but if it didn't, then there would be no wick. What do you want to know about TradingView? Was asking about TradingView. What do you mean? You think this is trading? This is not TradingView if that's what you're getting at. Yeah, like for me, my Renko pattern, I look for a break of a reversal bar, not just a wick. I've been observing a lot, finding the right Renko settings, and I like this size of a break. There'll still be. Dude, I don't like TradingView because I gotta pay for it. Why do I want to pay for it when I got everything I need here on NinjaTrader for free? Literally, why TradingView? Backtesting's better here. You backtest on the platform that you trade on is better too. That's the problem I have with FX Replay. People backtest on there, but it's like, well, you're not trading with FX Replay, so it's it's not a perfect one-to-one. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it might be easier for you guys to start with a higher Renko setting. Like you can see this flip pretty easily. Easy one-to-one there. Um, oh yeah, I was gonna show that. So like basically the pattern that we're ideally looking for, obviously, is kind of the flip pattern on the 1 minute, right? But then ideally what we want is on a lower time frame here, it's like a mini flip, right? So this is what we're looking for. It's the two levels. You've got your 1 minute, white is 1 minute, and then your black is your 5 second. So when you get to the 50% on that 1 minute retracement, then you look for the same thing on the 5 second. But what I realize is if you wait for a full structure, like if this low on the 5 second is a protected low, I mean, a lot of the time it's too late. The move's already gone. So I've been finding kind of like a nice happy medium where it's not, not too aggressive, not too safe. I've I've found that out. And so this same model, I mean, you don't need, what is Dave teaching us? It's all swing points. And what can you see swing points clearer on? Renko's. So I need to develop a bit more and find a couple rules, but literally just so basic is you see a flip on like this size bar chart, let's say, and then you wait for it to tap the 50. So we got the flip from this high, we flipped above it, it tapped the 50, And then let's go there. All you do is just, I mean, when it taps to 50, you could just get like 1-to-1 on that bar size. So there, need to find out better targets, but just 1-to-1 to start. And then you can refine it down, right? And enter then on the on the smaller ones. So it didn't exactly happen how we would. Ideally, this one right here would have broke this high here, so this would have been the entry, but it did come back later to mitigate this smaller flip. So it taps a 50, you get in on the next bar. It's just a simple, that's a simple way to look at a flip. Same thing happened here, right? Look how simple it is to see these flips, these taps. Tap 50 down. Ideally, you get a double top there too, and you take the second entry. The same thing right here. What do we get? A flip. How easy is that? What's right here? A flip. Tap 50%. Bam. Look, like it's very simple to see. So actually, right now, right, we're at a 50. We're tapping a 50. So if this goes here, that could be a potential sell. But that's for the. I'm not saying you guys should do that. That's just. I need to find a second rule, like a higher time frame area. But it's just that same thing that I was showing, right? It's all just we're all just trading that flip within a flip with swing points and all that market structure. Yeah. Oh yeah, man. I mean, what Dave's top students can do in one day is what guys will do in a whole month. 30 trades in a day. So, some guys won't even get 30 trades in a whole month. 30 trades a day is not hard at all for those guys. It's crazy. Missing a bazooka. Oh, you'll get the bazooka. Hmm. It's tempting short, I'll be honest. I like to see SNDR. No, I'm not in premium, just normal member group. The data of the SND? What do you mean? This was a good setup. Dang it. What do you mean by the data of the SND? Like, you don't know how to draw SND? Oh. All hidden SND is this right here. Hidden SND is literally just SND, but just within the wicks like this. That's why it's called hidden. It's also a fractal. Hidden SND is also what people call fractals because, here on the 5 second it's a down candle. On the 1 minute it's just this. So that, it's an S&D zone on the 5 second and it's a hidden S&D zone on the 1 minute just because it's not just because it's little wick to wick. So hidden S&D and fractals, same thing. Dang. Well, we can revisit this S&D, SNDR. All right, what are we doing? Potential continuation here. The thing here is these two on the 12-minute, we kind of have this low here and this low here, acting like double bottom, and so when we get that, a failure to close below here, that makes the high from this run a weak high. And so when we have a weak high, we can expect those to get broken. So the draw, yeah, it works on everything, bro. Literally everything. You could trade rice commodities if you want. Not that I'd recommend that. Dang, no pullback at all. Just hit my S&D literally to the tick and then went yeet. Literally that freaking damn. Look at that. Well, what do you know? That little entry that I was showing here with this little flip, mechanical flip, would have played out, right? Easily. 1-to-1. Would have won 1-to-2 even. I need to find a way to make that higher time frame POI. Probably. I honestly like I kind of recommend 1-to-1, but also like there are times when you should definitely be aiming more. Like to be honest, my trade was a good example because I had a good entry, good location entry from this SNDR previous flip. And where was the SNDR for up here? It was like up here. Right, when we broke this low, we had this little wick up, respected it. So that's the opposing SNDR I should almost have targeted. That's not SNDR. This is an SNDR. So there are times when you kind of I mean, that's going to be a bit discretionary, but targeting the opposing SNDR is what I really like, but it should never be less than 1-to-1R. But I mean, 1-to-1R is good. I don't know if I would exactly do it like how Dave teaches it. Like how Dave teaches 1-to-1R is you got your zone. Here's our S&D swing zone. When it taps the 50, there's your entry, there's your TP, top of zone, SL, bottom of zone. I don't know how I feel about those 1-to-1s. I mean, they definitely are good. They can work. But that's, it's like none of Dave's top students are doing that, right? So it's not exactly what I want to be striving for, but it may be good for beginner traders, to do to get profitable first, doing a more conservative approach, but there's definitely higher potential with a more discretionary approach. And I think there's a better approach on doing a mathematical way on trailing your RR. Like once you get to 5 points, once I got to 5 points here, I should have like had my stop loss trailed up by a bit, either below a low, one of these lows right below it by a tick, or a mechanical method with a some sort of trailing stop loss, I think is the best. But I don't know exactly how I'm going to be doing that with DTFX yet. I have a really good trailing method that I developed, that I tested through bots to try to find a good trailing exit for trending moves. Spent a lot of time doing that in the past, but so I might use that, but I haven't got it set up yet on NinjaTrader because I was on MT5 when I did that testing, that bot testing. What are we doing here? We're just grinding up still. Wow, that was actually a nice 50 tap. So that draw, again, we're aiming for this high. If we fail somewhere around here, then we could aim for this low. Protected low is here. This was keep my previous trail protected lows up. Alright, so we took the wick, closing back in. Yep, it is redo. There's literally ICT traders who've been profitable for 4 years trading ICT who have completely switched to DTFX. There's literally multiple of them. AFOP, go read AFOP's Twitter post on DTFX and what he has to say about literally that exact question. I think it'll change your mind. Dang, I was half a second too slow here and I missed my order. It would have been a win. Oh well. This is so this is the pattern I like to see, that this level low get broken, and then here's our SNDR that broke previous SNDR. So SNDR that broke SNDR taps it and goes after the break of flip. It's exactly my model right now that I'm doing. And either we tap a verified 1 minute structure or we're in range rules and we take a high. Those are the prerequisites kind of for taking then a 5-second entry or a Renko entry. Yeah, DTFX is like nothing else. There's nothing can touch it. Nothing. At least that I've seen. I've seen a lot. Tapping the 30 again. It would be nice to potentially go to this 50, sweep these two lows. But we got double top here, so we are expecting that to get ran. Follows narrative. Let's get rid of this ugly zone. I mean, honestly, DTFX can build on literally everything. So, I mean, you can do whatever you want with your trading style and add DTFX to it and it'll help. So there's really no reason why you shouldn't learn DTFX. In all honesty, literally no reason why you shouldn't understand how the market works. The market always does two things. It seeks liquidity and it's seeking to rebalance itself. And DTFX is extremely good at doing those exact things. So it's just, you know, it's literally the algorithm. Literally is. SNDR for breaking these lows, tapped in it, ran. Honestly, decent re-entry. Yeah. No, I don't. I'm not the biggest fan of it. I much prefer like looking at what's more so going on with current price action rather than pull way in the past. I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of that. Yeah, I would remove it. What I mean, order block is literally this right here. This is your order block, and that it's the same. It's an order block is a fractal or it is an origin zone a lot of time right here. So here you'll get the break order block. Here's your order block. It lines up right with SNDR a lot of the time. So when you get your SNDR order block lineup, that's really good. Like Pepe, he he just calls things order blocks still because that's he's been an ICT trader for a while and he's transitioning to DTFX and he still calls them order blocks, but it's all just top of the origin zone. That's what this is. This is our origin zone. But ICT they call it a order block. Or even this right here could be an order block too, but it's SNDR and DTFX, so it's just more specific with Dave. But like fair value gaps, kill zones, all those time theories, you throw all that stuff out. You don't pay attention to none of that. That's almost a tempting long, but it doesn't follow my rule of a reversal bar break. It didn't. It only broke a wick. Dang. I mean, you can see pullbacks really easily on Renko's, like really easily. And for the life of me, I cannot spot 4 to 6 being consistent enough. It's just too wishy-washy. Like, I don't know. I think it's very bottom of the totem pole for DTFX. It can help, but I really don't think you have to follow it. I mean, my high time frame. I mean, right now we're going for this. We look at where prices failed in the past, and right here, the previous thing that we were reaching a breakout was this low, and we failed. So that also gives us a double bottom, and when we fail to break, that makes the high that it comes from weak. So there's our narrative draw on liquidity is kind of higher. I mean, you can go more in depth with narrative, of course, by seeing delivery, where we're delivering from even previous to the high and low stuff that's happening right now. And we can see we delivered off a double bottom of this SNDR. And so with that, I mean, you can almost not expect, but that gives you a bullish bias, right? Double bottom, previous bullish SNDR. almost tapped the 50. I mean, that's a nice bullish narrative on a higher time frame. You know, we've got this origin S&D zone, so maybe up here potentially might be a short. Ideally, because this is double bottom, we do ideally want to take the high. We want to complete that liquidity narrative before we look to go short. Why can I delete that? What is this line? Man, my trades have been kind of not that consistent with like how many I do per day. I mean, it's like, I mean, it depends if I'm strictly doing PA trading too, or if I do some demo trading. On my PA, I try to do just 3 to 5 trades a day. Try to do better ones, but I need to trying to execute more really. I want to find range rules. You know, when we're in range rules, we want to trade the extremes of ranges, and then I take my Renko flip in the extremes, or with trend or like these continuation flip zones. If I'm trading off them, they've got to be a verified level on the 1 minute or higher. I mean, I don't really have a favorite time to trade, but like honestly, it kind of is the last hour, the power hour. Kind of, yeah, that's my favorite hour. Yeah, the Yeet hour. Our daily eating, I definitely, man. It's like an open, but a bit less tame, so it's safer, but you get the increased volatility, so you can get decent moves. The odds of you getting a 5-point move are very, very, very high. It's going to happen. It's going to move 10, 15, 20 points during that 10-minute period. So the E tower. I mean, in all honesty, the best time to trade is 6:30 to 8 Pacific time. I mean, you really can't beat that time. There's the best volatility. So 9:30 to 11 Eastern time. I know Dave doesn't say to trade until 8:30 or no, wait. I'm getting my time zones mixed up. 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 is when he says you should start trading. But by that time, literally the main volume of the day has died down. Like it might be cleaner, but the odds of you getting, you know, your 5-point trade, or I mean, I should rather say higher, like a 10, 15 point runner, those are going to happen earlier. Like look at what happens to the volume after 8 to 9. Look at this price action. The amount of movement that happened here happened in literally like it happened in half an hour before this time. You know, we've been here for almost 2 hours and it's done literally less of a move than what it did the previous. So we're going to wait all this start trading here. I mean, I can see how it is kind of this is the best time to trade, honestly. 7:30 to 9 I think is the best time to trade of the day. So that's 10:30 to 12 Pacific time or Eastern. Duh. I don't think collab would be good thought. No, don't do it. Just I hate to say it, but throw out that stuff. Throw it out. You don't. It's not going to serve you here, and it's not going to serve you in the future. Yeah, it's a shame this broke it here. I wasn't paying attention. Oh well. 8 a.m., 4 p.m. Yeah. I wish I could get up at 5 a.m. easily. I mean, I got like every day, but like today I got up 5:30 for the news, and it's pushing. I only had 6 hours of sleep. It's not exactly ideal. All right, see you, Ritu. Ritu, it's good to see you. It's already tapped it. We are grinding up here though. The draw is really up. We should just be longing SNDRs, no shorts, until we get a 1 minute flip, really. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. 330, yeah. That's pretty damn good. I would, man. Europe traders have it so good. What is that box? That's so good for you. The trading day's done at 10 p.m. Oh my god. Or wait, no. 4 p.m. Yeah. That's so good. I feel like I literally have like the worst time zone. Maybe not the worst, but pretty bad. Can't trade London and New York without being up on. London opens at like midnight or 11 p.m. Can't mid 11 p.m. I think for me. So it's like that's when I gotta sleep to get up for New York Open. Sucks. Love to trade both. All right, tapping this 50. It's verified. It is a verified structure, kinda. We didn't close above here actually. It's not a fully verified zone, but it is kind of SNDR actually. SNDR for breaking these highs. Ah, didn't make any SNDR. If we made some SNDR, we got that tier 1 signal bar right in that 50. But I don't know. I don't think that's it's we've got to take sell side liquidity eventually. Like haven't been taking anything. I mean you got your profit target you got your daily drawdown. If you pass your profit target, then I mean you get your account. It depends on which account you have, on like how much you need to make and whatever, but my 50K account, I needed to get to 53K profit. So once I got a 53K profit, then I can pay the one-time fee for Apex. It's $140 to get lifetime data and everything. I don't know. Watch some videos on them, because I'm not gonna explain all that right now, dude. Go watch like a video specifically to that, and you'll learn all the details. Because there's a bunch of details you need to know. I don't have them all up right now. Trading. Trade out. Closing back inside on the 12. Yeah, I 140 life. I've got lifetime. So if I never blow this account, I'm gonna have lifetime data. Well, actually, I think they give you like 10 years actually, or something. Can't remember. Give me a tippy tap. Nope. It just means like if you make 100K with a 90-10 profit split ratio, they give you 90K and they take 10% or whatever the plot, the profit split ratio is. It's just when you make that money, you know, it it's not real, but it's like, oh, you're trading with our money, so if you make money, we need a percentage of that, right? That's kind of the thoughts behind it. Although that's not even what's happening, but whatever. Just a way for them to pay out a bit less, in all honesty. What is 70? See, we failed to break. Because we failed to break above that 1 minute high, that kind of makes this a weak low, but getting a nice tap. See, will this SNDR hold? I was kind of wanting to buy there. We were failing to go lower. Candlestick pattern flip and flip on my Renko mitigated the bottom of the SNDR. With bigger SNDRs, when they don't tap like right away, I like to get 50 to 100% of the zone, SNDR zone mitigated. I don't know. I mean, dude, I don't look at eval traders. Don't look at eval trades. It's literally there's no point. It's not real. It's like it's it's a $10 demo account, $20 demo account. Yeah, I don't know. I just see, profits. People post all these profits from their evals account, but then they can't make profits on a PA, and it's like, well, who cares about your eval profits, right? When you can't make real money, real withdrawals. So I don't know about that. I don't like looking at eval stats from people and being like, oh, they're doing so well. I don't know about that. Have they made money? No. Oh yeah. I literally do not. I don't care what other traders say or think. I just do my own thing, do my own back testing. You think someone told me about these Renkos? Well, not here anyways. previous strategy I was learning from. Yeah, I especially like listening to traders who are not profitable makes absolutely no sense. But you should literally only listen to like two people, Dave and Stoic. That's literally it. I mean, if you're in his Discord, then sure you can listen to some of his foundational traders, but what are we doing here? Man, I should have streamed this. Should have streamed before. Look at that volume die off. That's crazy. Nah, he doesn't. Yeah, exactly. Oh, we did. We took this high. Didn't get as clean as a pattern I would have liked. Honestly, this does look pretty clean, but basically what a more refined way to look at the flip is looking for the S&DR, the S&DR flips within it. So the whole point of one of Dave's top videos is, wait, how am I doing this? There we go. So what we want to see here, right, is this little move down right before this break, and then this little move up right before the break and the break of the S&DR violation. So we had bullish S&DR right here, right? Price broke through it. It violated this S&DR. So what do we got? We got S&DR that violated S&DR right here. And it broke this low, which would be like this. So I didn't take this trade because I didn't see this little S&DR tap right here. There was nothing. If there was a little wick, if there was a wick right there, that's more so what I'm looking for. But there's definitely times where you don't need that. I'm just trying to stick exactly to the rules that I found that show up enough. That shows up enough. Like right here, it literally actually just happened. I didn't. So we had down move, S&DR, right? This is literally, it's literally exactly what I just drew out. Like, so that's what I'm looking for. Now you guys know. We want this pattern either at extremes of ranges or at verified 1 minute levels. That's it. That's all it is. Over and over and over and over and over. And then we just follow the weak highs, fails to break, create weak highs, double bottoms, run highs. Like, just add these narrative things along with these technical rules, and I mean, you're off to the races. You're off to the races. I need to backtest more. I need to get 1,000 trades done and logged. I'm backtesting. Oh yeah. Yeah, 1 second. There's a buddy in Dave's Discord who's been doing the 1 second chart lately, testing it on demo. Seems to be doing pretty well, and it's pretty good. I don't. 1 second chart for me is just kind of unnecessary because of what I've developed with the Renkos now. It's got what I need. Way more methodology, like it's just way more precise. It is, just is. 50, tapping 50 this SNDR breakout, which is going to be to 70 this zone probably. Almost. All right, we're making the SNDR now. So when we break, tap into this zone. Do I want to take it? It's not a verified. See, this is what I don't like. We're not at the low of but it's going to be a winner. These are the trades where I'm still a little hesitant on because we didn't close above here. We did not. We did not get a body closure. And so because of that, that doesn't make this a valid continuation swing. And so if it's not a valid continuation swing, then we need a long on the lows. But we were like, the entry, my entry would have been right here on this line. I mean, if this turns out to be a range, my entry is really high. It's not a good entry. I mean, I would have won. Of course, I would have won, but I feel like maybe if there's this is very clear SNDR that we tap the 50. Maybe I need to add that. I'm trying not to add things. I'm trying to keep it more simple. But this might be something to add if we don't get that verified break. But a lot of the time, this is going to happen where you just get the wick, and then it will just tap a level and go to continue to break. Now we got the break. So here's a little tip. Now this, you could see that when we went above here, we mitigated this zone. But now that we've closed above it, that almost makes this a fresh unmitigated zone. Because since we closed, that it changes the dynamic on this zone. So now it's an unmitigated zone. And now it's verified too. So if we get the take of this low, tap of 50, somewhere in there would be ideal. Definitely ideal. But also if it comes down here, then that's going to make, we ideally want it to have broken out. Because if this comes down here, what's that going to leave? It's going to leave a double top behind. And then so we would at least need it for it to break this low, ideally even this low. Double top runs both lows. This is now our protected low. So, I mean, that's why this is a weak low, right? We failed to break above it. Weak low. Or weak high, I mean. Because this also failed to close below. So, the draw is here. But if we fail here, we might trade away, take this low, and then go and take this high. But, that's if it does trade away. Could definitely just push right now off this delivery because it's pretty nice SNDR delivery that we got. Right, tap the 50, gone yeet. Aftermarket open for 10-20 minutes. Yeah, you can do some disgusting stuff at market open. I honestly really like that. That's honestly one thing that's really kind of opened my eyes with trading the open is this system. Like you can really trade the open with this system really, really well. Like no other system. Like trend following system, ICT, You know, none of those work at all in the open. The only strategies that might work during the open are consolidation strategies, and even then, you know, you'll get taken out a lot of the time. But with DTFX, the zones predict a lot of where the draw is going to be, and then will reverse to. I don't know. It's crazy. You see those bigger zones above or below you. You have them drawn up before the open. Like say this was the market open, and we have a 144-minute zone up here, and then we've got this continuation zone up here. Like 80% of the time you'll get a quick go to the level and then a tap away, and you can find a Renko pattern there for a really good entry. Like it's literally no different. It's just faster. I don't think it's any less clean, to be honest. I mean, it looks less clean, but that's just because it's on the 1 minute. If you go to the open on a tick chart or a volume chart, it's so much cleaner. A few candles down with some big wicks, big choppies, big wicks, a lot of wicks here. But on the tick chart, I mean, it is a bit wicky, but it's, you know, there's more bodies. It's one thing that I've been looking at the open a bit. All right, we took the high, tapping into 50 of that SNDR perfectly. Right now, this is SNDR that broke this previous SNDR. Let me get rid of the bigger zone. So we had this SNDR for pushing higher. Here we broke through it. Right, we broke through it right here with just a wick. And then that made the previous push up before this little break. So that's this wick. Actually, it would be just to this high. Right there. After it broke through, pushed into the zone, away, pushed away, pushed away. So we had 1, 2, 3 mitigations and it's still pushing up. Makes it weaker, right? Ideally, we want to see that quick tap and move away. If we don't get that move away and it's just consolidating around our entry, that's something you should potentially look to cut. But you got to pay attention to see is is it more bullish? Is it gearing up to be more bullish, or is it gearing up to be more bearish too when it's consolidating? Sometimes your consolidation will have a bit of a bias. This one didn't really though. But like a lot of time you'll get consolidations that like slightly move up. So actually you kind of could see that the bodies were going higher here. So if you were in your sell right here, let's just say this was your sell. I mean, you could see the wicks are going, this wick went higher, higher. I mean, I guess we got that manipulation lower, but it failed to close below. That failed to close below. That is a sign double bottom here. You know, it keeps consolidating. Here you even got a close higher than the SNDR. This would have been your high for your SNDR when we got the close higher. You know, it gave you a last dip to get out break even. Imagine Dave. Yo, I saw Stoic come in here. I commented on his video that he posted, and then he said that he saw my stream and that it was good. I'm like, dang, that's pretty cool. Now let's be channel traders, guys. Anyone here know what Pats is? Let's do some Pats trading. No, I'm just kidding. Where's our second entry long? Triple tap a trend line. Oh wait, we need our 21 EMA. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna add that. It's funny. Pats trading was how I literally found DTFX. C Pope was a guy in a different group that I talked to, and he was like, yeah. If anyone has some suggestions, I've got some suggestions. So I messaged him on Facebook. I'm like, yo, what are your suggestions for trading? And he's like, DTFX. That was back in July. No, I don't use Bollinger Bands. I think you're just making a joke, though. But I see what you're saying. Today, I've honestly only taken 2 trades today, but I've had like two other trades that, one of them I got skipped, my order got skipped through, and another one I was just a second too late, and then a couple other orders didn't get picked up. A bunch of orders didn't, but I mean, I take more trades kind of the later in the day I get, because I'm so safe in the morning. 5-figure days? What are you talking about? No, he doesn't, man. He does 6-figure days, okay? Every day this week he's done 6 figures. Yesterday he did 120K. It's actually nuts. It's actually nuts. Yo, see a void. Thanks for stopping by. Bollinger Bands, man. And we broke this low. Kind of a different structure low. Pushing up into SNDR. Jeez, 28K in commissions? The heck? Dude, how many trades is that? He only does like 2-3 contracts. But I mean, obviously that's over 34 accounts. Oh, I can't wait till I got 30 accounts copy trading. That's gonna be it's gonna be good. If we all stick with this, man, we're all gonna have a great life. Honestly, this is it. This is definitely it. Hmm. I would use I think Take Profit Trader. I think that's another one. Bull Knox. Can't remember how many you can have with Bull Knox. I'm not sure what else. I've been meaning to ask C Pope what all the brokers he goes with are. Yeah, I don't know too much. Oh, I'm just gonna pay attention to Apex Top Step and then Take Profit Trader for the third one. I'm just gonna get those maxed, and then we'll see where brokers are at then. And I mean, one thing I could honestly do is, I don't, I mean, you could set with a VPS up, you could set it up where you have your friend create an account, and you could trade your friend's account, and then you just profit split with your friend, so you get 20 more Apex accounts that way. The only thing is they have to be in a different household. which is totally fine because you're going to be using a VPS anyways. So I mean, actually, technically, if they are in the same household, you could do that, but that's against the rules, I think. Actually, I think it is just trading for a friend or family account. Anyway, actually, I'm not sure. When you're making money, Apex, like, if you're making a lot of money, Apex is gonna not want to kick you out because you're making them a lot of money too. I know this one guy who's 200 accounts that he copy trades, and he has 20 his, 20 for his wife, and he says like they don't Apex doesn't bother him because like how much money he's making them. He's like they let me bend the rules. Yeah. Yeah, that is true, yeah. Okay, okay, okay. This is interesting. Well, I mean, it's pretty predictable that we would just keep. I said we should keep doing continuation trades until we get to this high. I should be taking all these. I need to do more trend trading like that. This is the type of trading I've backtested the least. Is trend trading without like valid structure. There's literally no valid structure here you could have traded. This is the last one. We just got our first one just now. I don't even know. Does that even count? This is actually a good question. Yeah, I've heard of it. Zoo FXing. I don't know. I messaged him to when he was doing that Discord thing. I messaged him, but he didn't let me in. But I think it's next month he's letting people in. I don't know if I want to do it. I mean, I want to see the rules that he has, but I'm not gonna. I'm not. The potential with that system is nowhere what you can do with the raw DTFX style. Like he'll never be as good as a trader as C Pope or Shaz or Dave. Never. He'll never make as much money as them. Never. Literally ever. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I like seeing what people use for rules to kind of, all the trading confluences in the world are good to know, in all honesty. So you can really have a good flowing approach. Like you're making art, you're making art on the charts. That's what we're doing. We're artists, and the more what's it called? I don't know, the more like tactical things you have that can help you, like why not? The more tricks you have as a painter, the better paintings you can do. But at the same time, basic paintings, it's kind of similar analogy. You don't want to be too complex, but tapping the 30 here, but I don't like these 30 taps. So yeah, this is why I don't like I'm not these trend trades are definitely kind of tricky. It's honestly hard with this strategy. It's honestly harder to trade these trend trades. I mean, I still don't even know if this is valid. No, it's not. It's not. Well, it would be this. It would be this. Yeah, so we're not at the 30%. So here's our high. We didn't close above it here, so that's none of these are high. But then we didn't get a valid pullback. Okay, this is a really interesting situation. I wouldn't consider anything a part of structure. Because this was a valid pullback. Valid pullback, valid break of structure. But did the valid pullback come from a valid break of structure? No, this wasn't. But now we're tapping 50. I don't know. I almost feel like trend might be changing. I don't know. When I saw this wick out, wick back in, shift, tap SNDR. When you're trying to catch a top, you wanna get the double top. You wanna catch the second top. So like here we kind of had a double top. So this, we got this wick out, closed back in, but there was no entry, but we got the second wick out, back in. We got the shift of the low that made the high. Tapped into the SNDR for that shift. Get rid of the bigger SNDR. That's the smaller, more refined one. And we haven't really got a like that's such a high SNDR. 985? Nice. Good stuff. There was a flip in the 70. Yeah. Yeah, there was. That's the type of thing where almost looking at the like what kind of flip were you looking for? I mean, if you enter just off the flip, sure. There was no pullback. 1 second chart's laggy. See, on the 1 second chart, actually, you see it break above, tap into SNDR. This is why I'm potentially wanting to have the 1 second open, because I can see more on the 1 second than I can even see on my Renko. But then at what point could this be too aggressive? I don't know, but it's a solid verified zone. That's when you would want to use these 1 second entries, and when you're at verified zone with your higher time frame. Divine intuition. Like we have our origin, we have our SNDR, broke the high, even with just a wick, tapped into SNDR. Yeah, yeet. And of course I'm not paying attention, I missed a trade. What am I doing? Oh well. The one trade that comes. Fucking bullshit. I think honestly you could use 1 minute and then 5 second structural shifts. I think that's better for if you're actually looking for that structural shift on your lower time frame. It's better on the 1 than the 5. The 5 is just it's too late. Like the 5 protected low is literally this 1 minute low. Like if we wanted to short from these highs, the move's already over. By the time it's got to this low, the move's already, it's already freaking moved 10 point. Would have been like, nah, I'm on PA. Hence why I'm on micros. I need to get more executions down with this. Yeah, I mean 5 seconds are better for continuations. Yeah, totally. That's a good point. PA performance account. It's what you get when you pass an eval. So it's basically real money, not a not an eval. Yes, did we didn't oh man, could you not have gone like a couple more points, Breeze? Wow. Didn't want to finish our higher time frame draw. And we're in a range. That kind of, if this doesn't break out here, that's just signifying that we're in a range, right? Because we created a weak low here, or this low that failed to break created a weak high. And then now, that when that low that fails to break, right here, this low that failed to break, when it, the delivery from it fails, the previous one, it's like a double bottom failure, and now it's a double top. So when you get that double bottom turning into a double top, that's a range. We're in a range. How early, the tricky part is knowing though when this is gonna fail. I mean, this candle easily could have went down here and then shot up. So here, would you be like, oh yeah, we failed? When do you decide that it's a failure? That's still something I'm figuring out. That is a candle. Wow. Dang, I wish I got in on that trade now. Meh. Oh well. Close. Do it. Who can do it? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of the same as, yeah, from SMT. It's the same as drawing, or wait, what was I gonna say? It's the same as kind of following the pullbacks. It's just, it's hard to really know what is what, and it's just better to just follow what is actually happening now. What is price doing? What are the S and DRs holding? What are the highs and lows being broken? Reading too far narrative and context and all that can sometimes take away from the things that you actually should be focusing on. Jeez. No entry. Bum, bum. Dang, dude. Price is just not the cleanest right now. Yes, sir. Hmm. Yeah. That's like the main thing Dave looks for. Yeah, 1 second charge. Crazy. I've been me meaning to make a more basic video. It's not for 1 minute 5 second. Yeah, Dave doesn't teach the 5 second as that much in his free. That's more so his paid group stuff. But Stoic, have you seen Stoic's videos? Stoic TA or Stoic TA on Twitter? Stoic Trader, I think, on YouTube. Wait, is there two JSs? Is that the same JS? You're not on two devices, are you? Got two JSs. Okay. Yeah, I'll make a video today going over basic swing points, properly trailing your highs and lows, and finding proper zones. I mean, that's the core of it. You know, once you've got that down, all that all that's left is just refining your entries. And so I'll have a more refined entry video that I'll release later. I don't know if I'll make it today, either the weekend or next week, but I want to make just a basic video on market structure and zones, because that's really the core of everything. And for 5 second, I mean, yeah, I should make a video dedicated to just lower time frames. I mean, that is basically the entries video would be, I guess. Hmm. Wow, even though this was a not valid, it's hard when they're like, "Oh, you didn't get a valid breakout, so it's not a valid structure, not a valid zone." But I mean, you can't lie to me. That 50 held. Can't lie to me. All right, we want to see. Okay, so the 12-minute, like it failed up here, failing to close below here. That's basically just turning this from this high and this low. I'm expecting a range, so maybe getting a low to get taken out, trade back in would be pretty nice. If we tap into, I mean, this is like a S&D zone that Dave sometimes draws. I'm not the biggest fan of these zones where it's just the bottom of the wick, because he's like like he says a wick, wick down on a higher time frame is literally a flip on a lower time frame. I mean, like you're kind of right? Sure, we got the flip there. But the high, what I don't like is the precision of this high. It's an arbitrary close. And this close doesn't really show where the start of this move down comes from. That's what I don't like about it. But it's good because, using those are zones that help you have better locations. Now we're getting this wick below. Ideally, we take this low. Yeah. Well, that was a one tick. It pushed 3 points. Oh no, my James hype set stopped. What are you doing? We're getting so it really is just delivering from this 50 pretty nicely. kind of double top near it. So because of that double top, that is giving a bit of extra strength for the draw to be this low. But I mean, we'll have to see how these little SNDR zones react. A 15 con? I literally cannot. It's not even possible. I'll do 10 contracts. No, I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, 12. The thing with the 1 minute. I mean, 1 minute's fine. It's just they trade it too zoomed in. They don't zoom out and look at all that. Nice. Come down this. Right. So right here it can be confusing. Which SNDR zone do I take? We're getting that push through. Yeah, it's just continuing this SNDR delivery. 50%. Actually, the real SNDR here was that, and it tapped it. Tapped it quite nicely. All right, this is the last push up before it broke these lows. Wow. Jesus. It's tough to buy here because what are we in? Middle of this range. But reacting off this SNDR. Just for mitigating this zone now. Plus second tap of this zone. Kind of got those couple zones. Hasn't closed below this SNDR either. Well, the double bottom is what you would have wanted here, so didn't wick out, unfortunately. Didn't get the wick out. Oh yeah. I mean, what's today's ADR? Let's see. Only 72? Yeah. Seems like US 30 was the thing to trade, or YM. Dang. Tap 50 pretty nicely. Took the low. Give me my tap. Tap this hidden SNDR again. Hidden SNDR 50%. Sad, no pullback. Not even on the 1 second was there a pullback to SNDR. Honestly, we kind of did get the pattern. Not exactly how I like it. Oh well. This candle, we broke above it. This one, when it opened, it likely wicked above it first and then created these wicks down. So that's the tap into SNDR before going. So that's potential entry there. It's just ideally I like to see a reversal bar down and then reversal bar up, not just a wick. But I see, yeah, I see them be pretty good. That was nice. Kind of double bottoming, 12-minute. Let's see it, 1 minute. Five second structural zone. It's kind of a battle right now. I don't know. Kind of got the candlestick pattern. Valid pullback 1 minute. Closed above the candle that put in the low. One minute. But it's, you can see when we broke above that candlestick, we had this hidden SNDR and we tapped it, and now we're just going higher. That's a pretty nice 50% SNDR tap, actually. Beautiful. Yeah, this makes me think that we are gonna go finally run this 12-minute high, week high. Still a lot of time left in that 12-minute candle, I guess. Where is the draw going? Are we counting? I'd like to see a tap of this zone in my pattern. I mean, technically we already got it, actually. Shit. Hmm. 5-minute candle closed nice. 12-minute has a bunch of time. Guess I was waiting for the tap, never got the tap. Alright, that's why. That's why I missed it. Maybe pull back now? So kind of had a bigger flip overall, the structural flip. One thing too with signal bars, guys, if you are going to want to trade with signal bars, entering off a signal bar, you kind of want, you don't want to enter right on the close. You want to put your order one tick above. Or you wait for it to tick above and then you put your limit right on the close so you get that one tick better entry. That's what the guys do. So here, if you're waiting for the tap of this zone, bullish 5-cent candle, you'd be in. I mean, you could have been off this candle if you just entered close, yeeted. If you're in off this candle, yeeted. If you put your stop market order one tick above it, neither of these would have got triggered. And then once this dumps below, you remove it, so you wouldn't have got triggered in. You wouldn't have got triggered in here on this one. So maybe this candle. But when you see this failure here, on the 1 minute, this candle failed to close above here. That makes this the draw, so you don't want to take any of these longs. That's sometimes when people get caught out with zones, is they don't understand the weak high, or they don't understand that the low that they think their stop loss is at, it's a weak low. Because you got to see this run. One thing to note is on your run, when you shift, did it get near a high? Did this shift get near a high before the pullback? And it was. It was, it was 2 points away from the high. So that basically makes this a double top narrative form. So this double top narrative doesn't mean, oh yeah, we got a flip zone, we're going to hold this flip zone. It's a structural 5-second flip zone. This should hold, but we had this narrative playing against here and our higher time frame delivery. Where are we delivering from? We're delivering from a 1 minute huge SNDR double top. Why would we look to take a 5-second long here? Why? I like that. That's a nice tap. Ideally, we get a break of this high, tap into that SNDR. Only thing I don't like is, I mean, how much, we took out the first low from this high, right? This high came from this low. We took it out. A lot of the time when we're following our double top narrative, it's just going to take out that first high, not both of them. but I mean it definitely still can. The odds of it taking out this first high are just insanely higher than taking out this one. It's like, what can we see here? We're getting wicks, top, bottom, almost more wicks on bottom. Kind of pushed through. I could have just gotten off that one. Things aren't forming cleanly right now, though. It's unfortunate. Yeah, it just looks like chop pretty much. Oh, we want that quick move out from our SNDR zone, not it mitigate once, twice, three, four times. We need to close above these highs to really give us any sort of high break. Like, technically we're bearish, right? Protected low is here. We flipped it, so it went here, pulled back, broke higher, trailed up to here, flipped it to here, pull back, break lower, trailed to here, flipped it there. Oh my god, it's just flipped it there. Okay, this is where sometimes it can be a little complex tracking where your current protected high is on the 5-second. Where was our flip again? Oh yeah, this candle breaking this low. And yeesh. High of 70, close 70. So that closed right on it. So if this closed even a tick higher, that would make this a valid pullback, valid breakout, and I could trail my low here, but it's closed right on it. Trail my high, I mean. But because it's closed right on it, can't do it. It's not a valid pullback. It's not that clean either because there's this wick down here also. Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely could have bought. It's all good. That was a nice 50 S&DR tap. No back. S&DR to S&DR, that's... Hmm. What do we want to see here? I mean, I kind of wanted it to, because we made this, when this high failed here, that made me think, okay, we're in a range. And so healthy range rules state that, we go from extreme to extreme. So once this rejected here, I was expecting it to run these lows to go back higher. So you're kind of in a game here when you see this bullish action tapping this previous S&DR zone. You're like, well, do I try longing the middle of the range? Not ideally the best thing to do, but if you see enough confirmations, you could look to get a quick scalp for sure. And that's, I mean, the scalp that I would have got, not even anything. No, this is the time when you want your target to have like enough room to opposing S&DR. Right here, we only had 2.25 points before it touched this opposing S&DR. That's not much room at all. Honestly, if we're not looking to buy, continuation sells, knowing the draw is back down here. Wick above that, back in. Broke this low. Tapped into the S&DR. Straight profit. Jeez. Oh my god, that was a big liquidation. Ah, damn. Damn, son. Tap 70 of origin. Should have longed here. Hmm. I mean, I heard they got a new one and it's better, but I still wouldn't go with Apex because Replicanto exists. With Replicanto, you can do the remote. You can have remote licenses, and so you can operate multiple copy trading softwares from one software. You can't do that with Apex. With Apex, you can only trade one rhythmic connection at once. With Replicanto, you can trade as many as you want. So, I was thinking of having a little box up here where I could always be tracking, but I don't know if I want to be bothered with that. Things to always follow. Narrative, location, draw, and delivery. What is the narrative? What is the draw? Where are we in location? Where are we delivering from? Lots of questions to always be asking yourself. Some low energy, man. Oh. Okay, big drop, big drop. Are we gonna potentially get a tap into the SNDR from this? We've got the low SNDR, candles SNDR. Just been we did tap it once, you can see here, so it's not like it's a fully unmitigated zone. Sometimes we want to be marking out zones that are fully unmitigated. Did close, so this is a valid swing zone now because it's a close. Would we be looking for continuations though? Yeah, we've only had a couple swings up. Higher time frame draw. If we're taking this double, this double top draw, we're still aiming for these double bottoms. But we're in definitely a range here, so of course. But there's no way we wouldn't have done that today. With PPI, we had, where was it? I can't remember where it was. But I was listening to my boy Frosty talk about it. My hedge fund manager I listened to, that guy, oh my God, knows his stuff. Combine his fundamental stuff with Dave's technical analysis, guys, and we're gonna be beasts. Absolute beasts. Consolidating below this zone, there's not much. Not much you can trade in that range. Looking for a trade SNDR. Ideally, it would tap 50% of SNDR. Well, ideally it would wick up, tap 50, break this high, tap 50, and then close back in this SNDR high. Actually, that would be ideal. That's kind of the ideal scenario I've got. A lot of time your SNDR will line up with your 30%, and then also a lot of the time your SNDR, it's gonna fill it. It's gonna go all the way to the top. Your SNDRs a lot of time will get fully mitigated. So if we get that full mitigation tap of 50 of the continuation 1 minute zone, that's gonna be really nice. But with this, it's kind of creating a double bottom, so I could see that it's going. There's a bit of a draw now higher up here. Did we break below? We did close below it, so the draw is here, but protected high just got trailed down. With this break, right? We had a valid break, valid pullback, valid break. So I can trail that down. Alright. Kind of getting it, but it is a really strong, we're getting a really dang strong push, which isn't ideal. I would have to move away real quick. Yeah. Yeah, because of this draw, it kind of made this double bottom here. If this was a cleaner break, not so much of a double bottom, but it is delivering from this previous 1 minute continuation zone that's also a 12-minute SNDR. So this double bottom delivery is kind of higher than this 1 minute. So the narrative right now is kind of, I wouldn't say evened out, but it's not so strong in one direction. SNDR that broke SNDR and broke these highs. Looks like it's getting violated. That sucks. No pullback up here. Even if we did want to enter on the 50, wasn't an entry. When we broke the low that I want to break, no pullback. It didn't close above the bearish candle. I don't even know which. Are you talking about this? This candle? I mean, I'm pretty sure. I mean, it's bro. We definitely got to close above right here. What do you mean? 1, 2, 3 green candles closed above it. How is it not? Stab manipulation entry, yeah, stab in the middle. 1 minute closing, or 12-minute. 2 minutes for that. Ideally, I would like to get this low to get around the low of the SNDR, pushed us higher. Yeah, honestly, that is kind of a good question, Steven, because I have wondered that before. Because, like, you know, it's the wording that's kind of confusing with what Dave has said. He's like, we need a body closure above the candle that put in the low. So we got a body closure above the candle that put in the low, but I mean we didn't break below here, right? So is this a high that is, well, I think it's a valid high because of the pullback, or not a valid high. I don't know. I call it valid, but it's not protected, right? Because it didn't after the pullback. Well, it wouldn't be that high. Pullback. This would need to break down to make it a valid high, but pushed higher than the breakdown. So it's the highest point in between the two valid break structures down. But I mean, I kind of see like this is the low, if this is the candle that we're looking to get a breakout from, is that also the same thing? Do you also want your pullback candle to be the lowest closing candle? I haven't necessarily heard that, so it is confusing. I don't know. I don't know. That's a very good question. Honestly, I should probably ask. Yeah, there's a couple little things like that, or I'm not 100% clear on, but they're really like they don't happen that often. It's not that important. You know, it's like here. Okay, sure, this wasn't a valid break below the low, but could you have got a trade off the 50? Yep, definitely. Did it show you at this level what you want to see in the lower time frame? If so, I don't think that's something that should avoid you from taking. You should take the trade, just potentially either have less size or hold it for a less amount. Don't hold it expecting it to be give you that breakout below here, even though it did. But that's because it was such a big push. Like, honestly, when it's such a big push like this, or wait, no, that's not the protected low I was looking at. I meant this one. We didn't get no break there, so this isn't a valid zone, but a little bit of nuances. Yeah, that's pretty much a backtesting thing. Double bottoming here. Didn't close 12-minute. Okay, okay. Weak high, failed to put a new low. Do I want to do that? I don't know. I'm quite at the bottom 25%. Hmm. God, earlier today was so much better than traded than right now. Oh man. That's what you get after a PPI Friday, where London's swing was negated. You know, people aren't wanting to put big trades down right after that news. Day after news on Friday, there's a lot of people not trading today. A lot of big players not trading today because of that. Well, especially in the afternoon. Like some people would really trade CPI, PPI, or PPI, but what does hmm. Wow. Wowzers. Yo, how's it going? DF phase. You trying to get sponsored by Phase for trading, bro? Look at that. SNDR that broke SNDR. She's holding pretty good there. Come on, take these lows. Doesn't allow Renko? What? How does that make any sense? Your Apex account? What does that have to do with what charts you use? Oh, interesting. Like what do you mean it doesn't allow Renko? Like you literally can't add it to your chart? Like go here, click configure. Once you've got your Renko installed, configure, click add, and then you choose a Renko here and you add it to your chart. And then you can configure it Renko and then add and change, the actual values along with just adding it as an interval. Have you done that? Uh, Attempted a long, but I don't. That's the middle of a whack ass range. Watch it play out. Not much room to the highs. Location was not on point. Maybe I'll just keep that box up just so I can. Great consolidation. Great, great, great. Yo, how's it going, Ari? What's up? What's up? Good to see you. Good to see you. How was your day today? Little vacation? Where you going? Just a little local trip? Come on, you're so close to taking this low. Nice. That's awesome. Very nice. Hmm. That's so good to hear. You had a good week, man. Getting better every week. Keep it up. Let's keep it up, man. Almost. You're so close. Don't do this to me. Yeah. Bro. Bro. Well, bottom of S&DR tapped 30. Do I really need it to take this low? Not really. No. Hmm. See what happens when we get near previous previous SNDR and you know, these trend lines too. It could be interesting. Dang, it sucks. We're not getting the pullback. No. I don't count swings. I count if we've had a fake flip or not though. I count. Yeah, I don't know. Location just means so much more. It's just I don't know. It's not consistent enough. 4 to 6. It's just not. I'd love to say it is, but I don't know. Dave doesn't really like. Dave doesn't use swings to trade. I'm pretty sure. That's just like something he says to beginners. How do you how do you go about counting them? I'm curious what exactly you do. Like, do you wait for a valid breakout, valid pullback, valid breakout, or is it literally just pull back in the opposite direction, pull back, or do you need a valid breakout? Broke SNDR with this SNDR, and it really just tapped it. Can you like Start counting what? Like, you need a mechanical way to count it. Like, you get a flip, and then what? You get your flip, your first pullback, or your first breakthrough, I mean. It's like right here. We're at one pullback, valid breakout, two pullbacks, valid breakout. So we're at 1, 2, 3. I don't know. Middle of this S&DR right now. If I see a little pattern that I like, kind of like it. Nope. That's tempting right there. Gosh, what is that though? It's a strong 1 minute candle right before. That candle did close above this high too. Take this S&DR high, close back in, and then get my pattern. Come on. I mean, that's basically exactly what I just did, except you counted this, and I'm not sure why. It's not exactly a valid pullback. I mean, it's a swing, but it looks like you're just using an arbitrary swing just visually. I don't like that. And you need a mechanical way to count swings, otherwise it's just maybe 4 to 6, and maybe it might be 4, or it might be 6, it might be 10, it might be, it's just uh it's too much wishy-washy with that. And I don't know. You really don't need to do that, I don't think. Oh, if you have success with it, that's awesome for sure. I mean, I'm not saying you can't have success with it. It might be something I like keep in my mind a little bit, but it's not going to change my trading decisions. There's other things that it's going to influence my decision way more than that. Like if other things are in line for a trade, I'm going to take the trade. I don't care if I think there's 4 pullbacks. Like I don't know. Okay, we get this draw. Getting this draw to this. Dang, it sucks that 12 minute didn't come a little bit lower. Damn. Yeah. Just gotta go up the SNDR. Honestly, SNDR is king, man. Thing is so king. Unmitigated SNDR taps 50. We got our pattern. That's you don't need anything more. Well, couldn't everything be a swing then? 1, 2, 3, 4. Or do you need a valid breakout? Like, if they all need to be a valid breakout, I mean, you can still do the same, but like, what's stopping you from not counting this one and counting this one? What's the difference here? There's literally no difference mechanically. The only difference is potentially size of move. And then in that case, you'd have to measure every single one out. Then it's mechanical, sure, but you need to actually have that, you know? See, it's just so wishy-washy. This if this, this if that. Oh, large move. That's completely subjective. It's just it's that's yeah. I don't know. I'm not gonna do it. I mean, I'll do it, but I'm not gonna let it affect my trading. Like, I'm not gonna make it skip out on a trade if everything else is lining up. It's an inside swing and it got liquidated. Like fully, yeah. I mean, is it an inside swing though? I don't look no inside swing to me. I get valid pullbacks, bro. I don't need to. This isn't a valid pullback though, so that makes no like what? Like this candle right here. If you're saying it has to be a valid pullback, well then this isn't a valid swing. Where's the valid close above? Yeah. Maybe master it, but master everything else first before you really. I don't know. There is a lot of components, a decent amount of components with DTFX, and understanding, people will get paralyzed because they're just unsure if everything lines up because there's so many things. That's what, it's good to have just a simple set of rules that mechanically can give you profit over time. Like starting off as a trader, you want as little discretion as possible because you don't have the confidence, right? With confidence comes the ability to have more discretion with your trades and be confident in that because you know what you know, right? I don't. Hmm. That just valid pullback thing, that's just it's really Elliott wave theory, right? I mean, we can use Elliott wave theory, but personally, I think there's better ways to figure that projection stuff out. Thinking bomb. Whoa, it hit the second level, bros. You don't need no valid pullback when it does that. Yo, middle of the Fengenbaum, bro. Bro. You look at the, oh my God. That is beautiful. That is so beautiful. That's way more calculated than counting pullbacks. That's what I use in place of counting pullbacks, honestly. I feel like it's the same idea. It's something to let you know location on how far something has run, and it's run out of steam. And I just think there's way better ways to do that than how you do that counting pullbacks. Close below, tap SNDR. You can do it. But it is tapping this SNDR now, so we don't want it to go too far and then bounce off something that's going to create a stronger delivery up than this bounce would be down. Like we took that low. Oh, I might even long that. Come down, come down. Tap 50% of SNDR. Just going to do a top one. Dang it. Don't be perfect. Perfect is not optimal, guys. Perfect is not optimal. Perfect is not optimal. I need to write. Where do I write that? Make it my background, honestly. Oh, I mean, this fit my rules. Why did I not dig it? It was a little high, that's why I wanted a bit clearer pullback because it was high, but, or, yeah, dang, oh well. Let's clean this up a bit. Mm, yeah, that's kind of a low, or a high, I mean. Yeah, that tap was actually nice. At the high, that's a nice, it's a nice wick out, but it didn't quite take this high, unfortunately. That's definitely the draw. Now we're in the same situation here where we were longing, thinking about longing here, because we're getting some pushing off previous zones, bullish action, but it's middle of zone, and we can see it did get some push-ups, and then it came down. So here, Same thing, looking to sell here, but it's middle of the zone. It's not exactly a best location to sell, but we might create a micro range in here, and then in which case we are at the top of a range. But how much can we expect that to give us what we want? We took the high now, closed back in. Yo, the Yeet is coming up. I got my Yeet warning popping up. 5 minute. 5 minutes for our inaugural yeeting. It was funny. I saw someone in Dave's Discord mention this time, and they're like, "Oh, I want to call it the Yeet hour." I'm like, I've already called it that. I've been calling it this for literally like a year. Before I even knew Dave. I was calling it the Yeet Kill Zone. I should show you what I used to call like the title. I would say, "Take the effing Yeet." That's what my title before was. Take the effing Yeet. That's funny. All right, now we're getting a close or wick up previous candle, but that draw is high. The draw is high. The delivery is good. You know, we created a weak high here from failing to close below here, but it's just range rules, right? Weak high, weak high, weak high, weak low. Yo, that trade's so close. It's kind of played out my drawing though. That was pretty nice. This SNDR had some nice reactions. Not bad. 50% now of continuation unmitigated. I don't want to try pick tops though. That's not what we should be doing. It'd be really nice to come back here. 50% of here, there's smaller SNDR, plus 50% of this bigger SNDR, continuation up. We got the original flip. So, I mean, it may draw to these lower levels, the origin, but you can see it did, when at least it wicked above it here, tap the S&D gone. When it closed above it, tap the same S&D gone. So we got the double bottom on S&D. So it kind, it's this flip move. Of course, first tap has played out, but we may see that bigger move down. Kind of wanted to sell up there. I should have done it, but I didn't want to try snipe it. But I should have seen the wick out, wick back in this SNDR, and that's what I like the most to see wick out, wick back in is SNDR. So I should have seen that and known the strength of that, because I know that's really strong. When you get a wick out, close back in from an SNDR, very nice. And it was a 50 of this continuation swing zone. Both the levels there were showing you good stuff. So, you know what? At what point can you consider your counter trend trading or kind of catch the tops? It's tough. You know, it might say you want to wait for a 1 minute candlestick structure, or it's hard to consider. I mean, yeah. I guess it's this SNDR tap really. Fighting. How much time we got? Oh, here we are. No time, actually. Man, this is a nice pattern too. This was S&DR that broke those S&DR highs. And then this is S&DR that flipped that and this low. So that could have been a good spot. Short, see that. Kind of double top delivery. Expecting this low to get ran. So we got the wick below this low that made this high. Come back up to the 50. That'll line up with this S&DR. But failing to close above makes this a weak high. So makes the draw a little bit higher. Draw on liquidity. What to see, what to see. No. It's kind of interesting how these two S&DR zones overlapped. It's just consolidating right in that overlapping area. I need to change the colors of my kill zone. Yeah, nice 30 tap. I don't wanna. Looks like the double bottom delivery. I don't want to go against a double bottom narrative. You don't really ever want to go against a double bottom narrative. Honestly, with the amount of like double bottoms, double tops that NQ makes, that's basically all you need to follow for narrative, really. Just that along with the higher time frame draw and higher time frame zones and give me a tap right here. Oh, it did. Yeah, that's got a nice delivery from here. Pushed back off again. S and D. Oh, right? What's the SNDR for breaking down here? This. What's the SNDR for breaking that SNDR? This. So that kind of helped use, more refined to use that S&D rather than, you know, this one or these other couple ones that were right above it. That draw is just. Three more minutes, 4 more minutes. Same thing. We did have SNDR here. Took the high, trading back in. No wonder we're getting a move in that would have been a winner. Beautiful. Dang. On the 30%, got our SNDR flip holding, break above. It's so compressed. I want to long this SNDR, but there's just not much room, let alone the fact that it hasn't tapped us so close. Man, my days are just, it's, that question's really hard, man, because I'm changing my styles up, my rules. I'm taking more aggressive trades, less aggressive trades. Are you talking about PA trades? Are you talking about demo trades? I can't really, it's hard question to answer, to be honest. I don't have like a concrete set of rules that I've been trading every day for like a set amount of time, so I can't, yeah, it's like, I mean, today on my PA, I've taken two, two trades, 5 points each, so only two, but I've had like three, right? Two trades. One of them, my order skipped. Should have been in another one. I was literally half a second too late. So those were two more winners that should have had. I should have been 4-0 today. And then my other, I've had a few trades that like left me, didn't pick me up. My PA. I mean, it depends my size too. Like sometimes trading, if I'm trading just a very small 1M and Q, then I'll be more willing and I'll trade more. Or if I'm just trading one mini, then I'm only looking to take 2 or 3 trades a day. I was kind of wanting to take more than just a couple today on my PA on M and Q, but it's been close. It's been close. Haven't had exactly what I've wanted, but it's all good. How much time? Oh, yeah, there goes. It's like how much worse is this was. It wasn't that much worse, but it was only like yesterday, I think, or the day before, where I kind of found out exactly how I want to trade with the Renkos and everything. So it's I just gotta get the process down, and then I'll be flowing 10 plus trades a day easily, 10 to 30 plus. That's what I want to be doing on here, as soon as possible. But yeah, the day's done. I don't like trading this hour. It's so slow. Maybe if I target 3 points or so, be a lot better during this time. Sucks right here. There's no. Dude, I really don't want to have to look at the 1 second to see what I need to see, but I miss trades sometimes because I don't see SNDR. I can't see it. It's so small. You can't even see it on the 1 second. Oh my god. 1 second didn't even have it. Well, no avoiding that. Bump, 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 bump. Yeah. I don't know. I could take more demo. I was thinking today, or this time I'll trade. I was wanting to trade like one mini and trade safer rules on my PA, and then do more aggressive trading, like do like 30 trades a day on a demo account. And then when I can get those really aggressive trades to a good enough profitability number, then I'll start taking them on my PA account. Yeah. Well, cool, cool. Yo, what's up, Sean? Why you ask that? Am I okay? Something wrong? No, I'm not okay. I'm not C Pope. I didn't make 100K today. Yeah, bro, I'm good. But you think I'm not used to? I'm so used to this, man. What do you mean, what am I showing? What the hell? What am I showing? I am showing how I trade DTFX. Is the title not obvious enough? No, all good, man, of course. Yeah, I don't know, maybe you saw the Renko chart and you thought it was something completely different. No, it's the same. Renko chart I just use for clearer entries, clearer swings. A more mathematical approach on highs and lows. I use a mathematical approach on the high that I want to see broken on my lower time frame. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, no one. No, I mean, I've seen like one other person use Renkos other than me with trading DTFX. I mean, I've got some people to check them out, but people probably didn't fully know how to use them. I need music. Yeah. Bitch. Yeah, you're bitch. Nah, I've been listening to James Hype. Been bumping it, but yeah, I've had it muted. Should I keep it on? I don't know. Not like I care about copyright strikes. Maybe I'll show some. I'll show the set. Bob. Oh wait, you need the music. Oh, we're gonna be bumping. Yo, I had an idea today. I'll get my DJ switchboard. I'll have it right beside me, and I'll be bumping some DJ while I'm trading. I'll like look over, place a trade, and I'll keep jamming it. Yo, I think those would be some fire streams. Why doesn't Dave do that? This guy's pretty nuts. Pretty nuts at DJing. Probably the best DJ out there. But yeah, Dave's got me into a little bit more into the house club music. It's not bad music to trade to while, or to listen to while trading. Bum, bum, bum. All right, yeah. The volume, the 1 minute candles don't look horrible, but you go on the 5 second during this time, and it's just, what is even going on? Nothing. All right. Yeah. Man, right at 5:30, I was wanting to take a trade. That would have been such a fire one. But I didn't want to enter right before news. But right down here, there was a long, literally right there. I'll go to it. Right here. I mean, we had our initial break, push, chopped. But then when this one broke, right here, we had the big SNDR kinda. So it was kind of a chop fest at the bottom there. But I did see some entries, and I was expecting CPI to push it, but I didn't want to risk this candle yeeting me, of course, which is definitely a good plan. With after CPI, I mean that thing is just this 50% tap here. Couple entries on the Renko. These two taps. Got the flip SNDR that broke previous SNDR that sent us lower. That's exactly what we want. Beautiful. And right after CPI broke this high here, so that's the big, 12-minute zone. Look at that. This is, to me, is the best entry right after. Now you could have held that entry, Oh my lord. 100 point. 97 point. Nasty. Yo, how's it going? Not sure how to pronounce your name. Guilherme? Guilherme? Do I have a little note? I have some notes written down. Let's see. What did I write down? I don't even know what I wrote down. It's just a video going over how to properly count your swing points with valid break structure, valid pullbacks, and drawing the zones from them, different zones to draw, and your win rate. Oh heck yeah, man. Yeah, you gotta definitely get used to it and know how it works. Because if you're literally just trading every little flip on a tiny Renko, I mean, obviously you can't really do that. But that's good. I'm glad to hear that you're helping out your win rate. That's awesome. I mean, that's the point of it. Give you a mechanical entry and have ideally like 1.5 points. Yeah, yeah, no. You need to have like I'll be going over the video. Which videos, Sean? The masterclass? I've got a bunch of videos, man. Oh, I think I know. I've been through some videos here and there, but there's a lot I've missed. I've kind of picked and choose ones that I maybe thought were good or that someone else has told me was good. Because there's a lot. There's a lot of videos. But yeah, Guilherme, basically the thing that you gotta do is make sure you're at like a proper level, right? You're at either a verified swing level, ideally to 50%, or you're at an SNDR. So you can use 30%, but only when they line up with SNDR. That's it. That's all you like. I don't know why Dave's like, don't use 30%. I don't teach you how to do it. It's like that's all there is to it. You use it when it lines up with SNDR. That's it. I don't know. Don't know exactly how much more there is to teach about it. Obviously, I don't know because I don't know, but 30 taps, if you get a tap off the 30 and it fails to break a new high, a lot of time it'll go to the 70 level. So you can use a bit of a narrative. There's a bit of a narrative function you can use with the zones. But other than that, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not in his premium, so I don't know. The precious ones from the start? Yeah. Only. But it's like this price action was actually really nice. It's actually quite nice. This SNDR tap. Let's see what we got on the Renko. What do we get? That looks choppy as all. Oh my god. Actually, clean entry at the bottom. Broke. Tapped SNDR. I don't worry about 30% anymore. I used to want to swing, but honestly, SNDR is king. SNDR is king, man. So this entry right here, man, you would have sniped. I mean, if you didn't take your 5 points and it was ranging, if you held it, that one held for quite a lot of points. How much did that hold for? Like, what's going on here? 60 points from that one. Wait for the breakout, tap SNDR. And then it tapped this different zone I had up here. I don't think you can see it. Is it a 12 minute? No. Where is it? Okay, yeah. I guess it's just a origin 5-second zone. That's what this is. It's the origin from the CPI news candle from yesterday. That's what this zone is. And then after PPI this morning, that's where we pushed up into and reversed from up there. So how we could potentially look to trade that, I mean, we want to see a wick out, wick back in, ideally with, like I said, we want catching a bullish move. We want to see a double top, wick out, wick back in. Also, I mean, that is kind of a double top of the previous candle. So here, like this candle, when it tapped the 30 up here, here's our 30 line, right? Here's our 30. Tapped it, broke the low, and then we could consider, tap S and DR maybe short, but we didn't get a previous wick out, so we wouldn't have taken this trade. The next one wouldn't have taken that first flip. I mean, I'm showing it on Renko's here, but it's the same for 1 second, 5 second. It's right. It's the same, just a little bit different refinement entry. And so the second one came out back in, broke it, SNDR tap. I mean, this one, if you did have it with a stop loss 3 points or more, definitely would have held and you would have caught that massive drop. But if you wait for a wick out, wick back in right here, right, then it's gonna be over here. That's way more of a double top, right? Look at So when you get that wick out, wick back in, that's when it signifies the double top, and that's when it signifies his second leg's about to start, right? We got our first leg down, then our second leg down. And you won't always catch that second leg down. So when you get the wick out, wick back in, that's the first signification. Obviously, also the fact that it came near the high too, right? And so we got that here. We broke the low here. And we had the SNDR, bigger SNDR there. And so when it came up, tapped it anywhere in here really. And even the smaller SNDR is more refined. So, I mean, these entries, you could have got your 5-point scalp like a bunch. Maybe only if you held it once, depends. Look at all those taps, that's crazy. I think, yeah, I saw somewhere in the mentorship said he took like multiple 1-to-1s here. 3 in a row, I think. He had some different zone than me. He had a different zone than me. But he had like a 50% or something, like right here, right where the 30 was. And then the bottom of the zone was here. So taps 50, first take profit. Tapped second again, second take profit. Tapped, third take profit. Those are those zone 1-to-1s. He played him three times in a row there. I don't know. How's this? How's current price action? Got our pattern, but got the move there. Next flip up did play out. Not that that's really where you'd want to take one. Oh, beautiful. I really like this. This double top here. When you get a double top after that push, after the flip, that is so nice. Hmm. Well, I don't know how much is gonna happen today. We're kind of getting near this area that I was potentially wanting to long. Tapped the top S&DR, then went back to the 30. That's a different zone. Okay. Well, good week, guys. Good week. Is anyone got any questions or anything? I think I might head out here. 'Tis time. I want to play back this week real bad. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's gonna come for sure. You'll get it with time. Definitely gonna make a video today, and that should be a pretty good basic understanding, and then from there, that's gonna be the core of everything. That's that's analysis that you'll be able to apply to any strategy of trading at all. And then entries is just a thing you can personalize. Entries really, there's a million ways to enter. I could use an indicator, I could use my Renko, I could use signal bars on a 5 second. That's kind of the personalized thing that you have to learn. That's why Dave doesn't really teach the entries. I mean, he teaches them more probably in premium, but I don't know. I like Renko bars from how I was trading before, and so I just, Dave's all talking about swing points. Everything's just swing points. Video 4 or 5. What about video 4 or for entries? I mean, bro, I don't. Yeah. He'll talk about a candlestick pattern flip. Yeah, you enter there off the 50% right there. That's it. But it's like he'll draw them with limit orders, and then he says he doesn't exactly like limit orders. He likes going on the lower time frame looking for confirmations there, and it's just a bit different. It's just a bit different how he approaches it and how he teaches people in the free master class. So yeah, that's why I developed my own way of entering. All right. I think I'm gonna go head out, guys. This is a good stream. It's good to see you guys all here. Be back next week, stronger than ever. Gonna backtest, get this down even more. Be ready to slap the market next week. Thank you, Mox. You have a great weekend as well. If you guys got spare time, get some backtesting done. Nothing is more valuable than backtesting. Literally nothing. I guess apart from actually knowing what to do, what to backtest. But once you got it, put the work in. Once you have the information, put the work in. Please, I'm telling you. That's what you're gonna need, and you will have some incredible success. Incredible. I wish I put the work in backtesting with all the previous strategies I learned, but I didn't. I would attribute that the number one reason why people are unprofitable, 100% is why. Anyways, yeah, it's gonna be game over. Exactly. Exactly. All right, guys. Have a good weekend. Have a great weekend. I'll see you guys next weekend. Or not next weekend, next week. Jeez. Peace. See you, Sean.